Okay.
All right, there you go.
All right.
All right, so we
Ooh, just,
are.
just the
Oh,
time.
she's alive.
She is alive, sir.
I cannot hear
Technology
y'all.
is back, and we are live. Appreciate y'all being patient with us while we work through our technology issues, but we are here. It is Wednesday night, 8 o'clock ish, and got another edition of Conversations with Luv Doc and the Educator and the Coach. We are back with the Educator this week, so missed you last week, but glad that you are feeling a little better and back to hang out with us again tonight as we continue to learn and continue to grow together. So, what's going on with you all both? Saying hello to you. Anything you want to say before we get started? While we get ready to kind of share, like, and all that good stuff.
I'm glad to be back on with y'all. You know, I was watching y'all last week though in the bed.
Oh yeah.
It,
It was interesting.
it definitely was interesting conversation. I agree with you on that. Um, so let me
Oh
do this share thing. Coach, you got anything while I'm trying to do my
no,
share?
man, just um hold on, I'm trying to make sure I got everything good going here. And just another day, to get better. I'm still trying to get everything situated with this green screen. I forgot to get my stool and stuff, man, but
Uh, technology, that
we're
technology.
gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with it.
You know,
But
roll it.
everything it's great to be back another week. To conversate with the mature grown folks. Great to have Miss Alexis back. Congratulations on being back, and congratulations on speaking. I don't know why she ain't talk about it. Like she should have said what she had going on these past couple of days, man. Come on
That's
now.
that was the point of me saying that, but I
Right.
can't force it on nobody. But that was the point of it. But you gotta you talk about it. That's fine. If you don't want to talk about it, that's fine too. But that
I'm
was
not moving you, man. Come on. Let's let it come on now. Come on.
Okay, well, I did speak at church this weekend, and I really enjoyed it. I also got a new position for this school year as a kindergarten teacher. So I'll be teaching kindergarten this year. So I'm
hey,
very excited about it.
teaching the babies. I like
Congratulations.
babies need you getting them started off right. That's what's
Hmm.
Right.
up. So you're excited. You're nervous.
Yes, I am super excited about it.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Any um advice, Coach Higgins? Coach, you
For the first year teacher.
for Miss Stevenson. Are they gonna call you Miss Alexis or Miss Stevenson? Or how you figure that out
I
yet?
prefer Miss Alexis.
Okay.
So it's a little different, she with the baby. So, um, just you're already a mom, you nurturing, you know, you know how to be that. So you're gonna have those ones that's gonna cling to you like that, and just stay true to who you are, and raise the babies up right through the education world, and teach them what they need to be taught. And it's always more than just teaching. It's
Hmm.
actually it's educating. That's why we're educators. So I really pray that everything is is in your favor, and I know you're gonna do well. So congratulations again.
Thank you.
You get that teacher money, and most important, you get that teacher vacation.
I know that's right. I know
Vacation.
that's right. I done taught Head Start and VPK, and I know it's probably a bit
I
different,
remember that. I remember that.
so I'm just ready to see what the actual difference is, from the different from VPK. Even though it's only like 1 year apart because the VPK be like 4 and kindergartens be like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So I really want to see like the difference. Because I've subbed for kindergarten classes, but I've never been in a kindergarten class a whole year. So
Okay.
I
So
want to see what that's
that'll make it somewhat easy because you kind of got a little You're not going in just blind like you never
Right.
been there. So that'll help. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congrats to the babies, but we're gonna spend a little time talking to the grown folks. So you know you're gonna do great though. That you got good energy and you got a good vibe and spirit, so you'll do great with that. So I'm happy. I'm happy for you. So first question. How much is a friend allowed, air quote, allowed to get into another friend or family member's relationship if they feel that the person is being mistreated? So you have a friend or a family member that's in a relationship. You feel that they're getting mistreated. How much are you as the friend allowed to get into that what you are witnessing happen? That they're getting mistreated. Are you allowed 20%, 37%, totally 100% because that's your friend, that's your dude, bless you, that's your girl, that's your homeboy? What would be you all's take on that? Or is their business? Mine.
Go ahead, Lex. I'm actually trying to share.
I think that if you have a real close friend and you value their opinion, I think that that it could make a difference. I mean, I value my friend's opinion. Now, I'm not gonna necessarily say I'm gonna listen to everything that person says, but I will take their opinion in account. Now, I don't think a friend should tell you what to do with your relationship. Like, oh, girl, you need to leave him, or oh, girl, you need to do this, you need to do that. I don't think they should tell you what you need to do. But I don't see a problem with them giving some advice or giving their opinion or something like that. And I've been that friend too, to where I'd be like, that don't look too good, or he got these red flags, or this ain't looking right. And I would say if it was me, but sometimes we say if it was me, and then when it do be us, we don't even be listening to our own advice sometimes. So, I would say I think it's okay to give your advice. I don't think you, as a friend, you have the right to tell somebody though what to do with their relationship. But I don't see a problem with giving advice or anything like that. It shouldn't make or break the relationship. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Whatever the friend or person telling you, you should still at the end of the day make the decision on your own, because at the end of the day you're the one that's going to be with that person.
So let me just clarify this. This is the friend. This is a friend that I mean, look at this real quick.
So your homeboy is in a relationship with a female, and you feel as the friend that she mistreating your homeboy. How much are you allowed as his friend, his homeboy, to kind of get into that relationship when you see him getting mistreated?
So as a friend, I'm gonna first, this is me. I'm very observant. So I'm gonna observe the whole scenery of what's going on between the two. And if I feel like he's getting mistreated, then I'm gonna have a talk with him, not to ponder and get into the business, because I already see what's going on. Now I will, give my suggestions, not to end the relationship, but to try to help better it, or come to a common understanding. Like if she doing him like this, first off, he shouldn't be deserving of it. You know what I'm saying? Because me being a friend, I'm gonna let it be known, hey man, like she tripping, like why she tripping, and what the deal is. And I'm gonna sit there, I'm gonna just like, I ain't gonna say, well, if it was me, I do this, because it's not me. That's him. So I would offer my suggestions, positive suggestions, positive advice, to try to make things better. But if he honestly, if he knows he's getting mistreated, he ignoring those red flags because that's what they're going to eventually become, and he ain't trying to listen. And then I can't sit there and say it's on him. I can just say that, you know, as a friend, I did my part. You know, not to try to, you know, break up a relationship, because then I don't want to be, which I wouldn't care. I wouldn't want to be viewed as, to him, you know, he may think that I'm jealous or I ain't happy for him, which that's not even the case. I want him to be happy, and I want him to have a healthy, happy relationship. So if he's going to be being mistreated, I'm going to step in and let him know, not to address her. As his friend, I'm going to let him know and let him handle that.
Okay. Well, what brought the question up, the other day I was watching a Tubi movie. And, you know, that's what we do, you know. So it was a situation where this lady, the dude was, you know, mistreating the dude, I forgot, it was kind of a serious thing where the dude did something like he had molested the girl or whatever. It was like her mama. And so she told her mama about it, and it like took her like a while, took a lot to tell her mama. And the mama believed the dude, and the mama ended up kicking her out the house, so she had to leave. And
you was watching Karma.
Okay, yeah. So she told her to leave. She had to let's be called the name of the movie. I mean, you know, but she kicked the daughter out the house, and I mean, but the thing about a mom, and obviously that's your mom, so you know that whole and that woman intuition, her initial reaction was, Niecy, we can do shows every week off Tubi. You get great content off of Tubi. But it's like she kicked the daughter out, and she was mad. But she went right to the dude, which was her daddy, which turned out, you know, not to be a daddy, not so the movie. But the fact that she she ended up believing the daughter, but you know, at the beginning, her initial reaction was she believed her man,
right?
Kicked the child out, but she, you know, you could tell it was in her head because she went right to him with it. And then she started to kind of put two and two together. But it's like, so I guess my thing was, at what point do you friend or family member, is it too much? Am I too much into it? So that's kind of where I got the thought of the question from. So another.
Hey, sorry, I was speaking.
Okay, you good. Hey, Unique, whoever that is. So next, this is just a question, so don't throw nothing at the screen. Don't kill the messenger. You know, it's just conversation. But why are some? Make sure I say some, okay? Not all. Why are some women content to have some of a man rather than be satisfied with no man at all? Once again, why are some women content to have some of a man rather than be satisfied with no man at all?
I think that goes back to what we was talking about the week before last, I think it was, about how sometimes women just lonely and they just need that man to feel some type of void that they're missing. You know, whether he come there and leave and come back or whatever, it's just I just personally feel like it's either a void they're trying to feel, they lonely, they just feel like they gotta have somebody there. Just to say, oh, I got a man. And sometimes some women just be want to say, just to say they got a man. You know what I'm saying? No matter what he do to her, no matter what he doing out here in the streets, they just want to prove to somebody that they got a man. And that's just somehow how some women are. But majority of the time, I just think that women is just trying to fill some type of void with their man being there.
So that's a good question too, Doc.
It is a very good question.
I like, you know, I'll be wondering if you know you deserve better why you allow the things to happen. And like, let's say, a lot of women just feel that need of company. You know, that's a woman that doesn't have confidence in it, or have um, have no a sense of security within herself. So they just want to have somebody there to feel a sense of security, and they're allowing things to happen. And I be wondering, like, why like, hey, you ain't knocking the man, because if you like it, I love it. That ain't got nothing to do with me. But if looking at self-worth, why you allowing things to happen? Is it just you just being content with it? Like, that's, again, they go back to that question: why you content with just having a piece of a man, not all of a man, or no man at all?
Honestly, it could be, and I hate to say this because I don't like for people to be like 40 and still using their childhood as an excuse for something. But honestly, some people, like, either they grew up around certain stuff like that, they may have seen their mama go through it. They never really been taught how to have self-worth or how to know what a good man is, because they probably never even seen it. They never been around it, even though we older and we should know. But sometimes we don't be taught it. Like, we don't see it. So we think what we saw is right. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm not speaking that for everybody, but sometimes it do be what people have seen in their younger days, and they just content with what they was raised around or what they saw when they was younger.
So your upbringing sometimes impact how you handle things as an adult.
Yes, and I can speak on that for myself. Not my mom. Let me get this straight. Not my mom, but yeah. Let me get that out there. By you not having, I'm gonna just say father figure. I'm gonna just say that, not having my father around or whatever. And I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to be messing. But sometimes when women don't have their father around, and it can impact you on how you deal with a man. That's supposed to be the person that show you, how a man's supposed to be, or how a man's supposed to treat you. And if you don't see that at a young age, you really don't know. So sometimes, depending on your relationship with your father, that can impact you as a woman and stuff like that. So,
cause I'm gonna tell you, I saw something. A lady post a reel on Instagram. I saw it yesterday, and I meant to like copy it to send to y'all, and I didn't. But this lady was essentially saying that she at a point in her life where she ain't really trying to be in no relationship. She just essentially hooking up. Like, she with the dude, and there's no strings attached. She can have sex with no feelings. She just passed that stage in her life. She don't need a man. She don't want a man. She not lonely. She not alone. That's just not where she's at. And so, because the thing is always the kind of the debate of being alone versus lonely. Is being alone and lonely the same thing, And so, and then, some women, like you said, they just have a fear of being alone, right. But then you mask it with the physical, and we know once things get physical, it becomes a lot more complicated. But nowadays, women, the lady said it, like she said, I know a lot of women gonna look at this and they gonna talk about me. They gonna call me all these names, but that's just where I'm at. That's how I feel. She was unapologetic about it. But she just says that's where she's at in her life. And so she has done the process of meeting a man, being content, I guess. So she's to the point where she doesn't have to be content, because that's just what she said. All a man can be for her is a physical situation. That's essentially what she's saying. Mm-hmm. I'm like, wow, and she said what she said was, I'm speaking for a lot of women who won't say it, but that's how they feel. And I'm just like, I thought that was real interesting. She said, so I'm just saying it. I'm saying what most women won't say. So Anyway, I know how to be alone, but not be alone. That's deep. I know how to be alone, but not be alone.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
decent.
I'm that's
Hmm.
that's a
That's something.
that's an
Yeah.
interesting take. Yeah, I don't know how does that. What's going on, Mr. Jones, Ms. Hadley? Appreciate you checking in, tapping in. Everybody, appreciate y'all tapping in. But that's if you're with someone. But I guess some people can say they're in a relationship, a full-fledged relationship. Some people have said they're in full-fledged marriages, and they still feel alone. So yeah,
I've heard that before too.
that's real deep. I'm like, I had to pause on that one. So you with some, you kind of went
Yeah,
deep on that one,
yeah,
Nisha.
she did. She
I
did.
pause on that one. That's a woo. I'm with you on that.
That's a woo.
Yeah, how to be alone but not be alone.
But not be alone. Okay.
Deep. That's deep on that one. You
Yeah,
kind of
just,
pause
just,
pause the whole panel with that one.
yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, Keandre.
Nisha, you might need to come on and explain that one.
Yeah, that's a deep one. So,
That was good. That was good.
so we know that in most, if not our relationships, that sex is a big part of a relationship working, right? So we grown,
Right.
we talking. So once again, it's just questions, ladies. So
Y'all do too much with the ladies.
What you mean? But y'all the emotional attached ones. I mean, and you got some guys that are emotionally attached too, but for the most part, women are.
I'll ask. How about this? How about I'll ask a question that I asked on my page today. Question of the day. But I'm gonna come back to this question too. So I'm gonna break it up. So it's like you feel like we just attacking
Look at Ladarius.
I'm just saying.
That's a good point too. Okay, people at the end of the day, people do what they want to do. I mean, that's a great point. They just do what you want to do. So if that's what you're doing.
She detailed it for us. She just detailed it for us.
What they want to do. We had
all right, so I'm gonna let her do that. Marinate on that while I get the question I asked today on the page. So we'll start it this way, okay? It's a two-part question. So, for the fellas, I guess, and women, what I said was, a man loses interest in a woman the minute she tells him what?
A man
loses interest. Yeah, Miss O'Neill, you kind of dropped the mic.
That's a big nugget right there.
Yeah, you dropped the mic on that one. I don't even know if I got that was deep. That was deep. So a man loses interest in a woman the minute she tells him what?
She loves him.
How many kids she got?
She's celibate. So once the guy knows, both of y'all said the same thing. Keandre said how many kids she got. So number of kids is a deal.
Well, okay. So nah.
Oh, not so. Nah. Are you gonna? What's the chance that you're gonna meet an adult person nowadays that don't have at least one child?
That's a slim chance right there, man. Right. That's got to be less than 10%. Like it ain't too many women out here in this world that's of age, mature, got their own thing, and they ain't got no kids. So it's like slim to, I ain't gonna say slim to none, but it's like them chances is, I'm gonna say less than 10%. That you're gonna meet a woman that doesn't have any kids, and that's probably like in her mid 30 plus. That's gonna be very rare.
And they probably wonder how many baby daddies she got too. She got 6 kids and 6 different baby daddies. Some being run from it.
See that, that's the thing. That's what I was gonna say. Like it's a difference. Like if you got 4 or 5 kids, or even 6, They all from the same daddy,
Yeah,
the same guy. You know, okay. Now that's a twofold thing too. Now, because you don't want to, that's still some things attached. But then you got, you got Lachelle over here that's got 6 kids and 4 baby daddies. Boy, we got some issues. That's some red flags, man. Some red flags.
Yeah.
So if she says she got kids, she got 3 kids. So it's more acceptable if she got 3 kids from one baby daddy than it is if she got 3 kids from 3 baby daddies. Because I mean, it's still 3 kids, right?
It's still 3
no,
kids.
Man, if your kids 1, 2, and 3 with 3 different baby daddies, that's a problem. What was going on up in there? Nah.
But
no. Now if they like 5, 10, and 14, okay, but 1, 2, and 3, nah. But what's up?
So the time period between the conception plays into. See, that gets deep. I mean, because
it really do.
Now we're saying there's layers to it. Is if they from one daddy or one guy, if it's a break in between the conception and the creation and the delivery, but at the end of the day, it's still the kids, right? You still got 3 kids.
Yeah.
So
So that's that's on you got to answer then. What how you feel about that?
I mean, if she got 3 kids, I mean, 3 kids is if they gotta be, 3 kids gotta be older than, gotta be in elementary school. Like I'm talking like 6, 7, 8, because look, fresh babies. I mean, they still probably if they like 2 and 3 or even 4.
So
they still dealing with each other.
So pre-K and below, it's a no.
No.
Yeah,
they got to be right. They got to be able to go to lunch and hold a fork.
Right.
They have a chance. Okay.
Yeah, because I personally ain't dating nobody. I get with you, and you got a 9-month-old baby. It's a cutoff right there. No
now, let me ask this. It's a 9-month-old baby, and they're not together, and he has 3 kids. Now, let's say all 3 kids are his. Baby 9 months. And they not even together no more. Now he's out, she done moved on, he done moved on, but they still working co-parenting. But he trying to move forward and he trying to find him somebody else. Is that a deal breaker? That's a no?
That's a no for me.
That's a no. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I don't want to deal with nothing too fresh like that. I know some people probably be like, well, she sound crazy, but y'all can have him with the 9-month-old.
Now, I've been in that situation before when, I met somebody and she just had a baby. The baby was like, I want to say 4 months, 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm 19 at the time, and I didn't look at the relationship like that, so it didn't really bother me. Of course, baby daddy wasn't even like in the picture like that, so it didn't really bother me. I ain't have to deal with the baby daddy drama. Of course, I'm 19. I'm still, hanging and banging, and so I'm just out there. I'm just out there having fun, But hey, I mean, it's different.
So it just depends on the situation for you.
It has to be. It has to be. Like Nisa talking about she need them grown and out the house. I mean, it's different. It's hard. It's like Love said, like Doc says, you ain't gonna find. You let me see out. Give me 10 women, and I'm gonna say out that 10, maybe one of them and they in their mid-30s and above, maybe one of them is probably childless.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to find nobody. You're not going to find a woman who, and it's different though, because you can have, see, and this what some women say, that, like you say, that's a deal breaker for you. That's a no for you. But what if he's a good father? Like Nisa say, what if he's not a deadbeat though? If he's a good father, and let's go past the newborn stage, he's a good father, and he's a good man. Is that a deal breaker for you?
Honestly, I won't know that, because as soon as I found that out, I probably won't continue talking to him.
So what if that question never, I know you ask questions.
I do.
You ask questions. What if just for some odd reason that conversation never crossed the board? And then you find out after you've taken a liking into him. Now, let's say the interest level is up there, and you find out he got 3 kids, and the baby is 5.
5 years old?
Yeah. I ain't gonna say 5 months now.
Oh, okay. Listen, look at this. That's cool. If I find out that they got a kid that's 5 years old, I'm talking about a fresh baby.
A fresh baby.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with no man with a fresh baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I ain't finna deal with no.
Yeah. No, if I find out they got 3 kids, and that's different. But not no fresh baby. I don't know. It just doesn't fit with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's I guess, because if it's fresh, that's kind of the thought is it's still fresh, right?
Yeah, like what
let's them met this man, and he looking like Idris Elba and stuff like that, and the man tell let's go walk off from the man.
So how you know? Okay, how many kids you got? Oh, I got a 5. Oh, okay, nice meeting you. Goodbye.
Oh man. So all right. So since I put that question toward the guy, I can come back to the question I was gonna ask before. Once again, these just questions. Besides sex, what does a man really need from a woman? Once again, besides sex, what does a man really need from a woman?
I think.
Go ahead.
I think he need confidence from a woman. I think he need a woman that is very confident in herself. I think he need a woman that's trustworthy. And I think that he needs a woman that's secure within herself as well. So I think that those are some good qualities he needs besides sex in a woman. Because if that's all she thinks she worth is sex, then he ain't gonna get none out of her. She gotta know she worth more than that first. So she gotta have security and confidence within herself.
Because the thing is, we hear all the time about the premise behind the question is we hear all the time about women don't need a man. Man can't do nothing for them. They all, they're in the independent era and that kind of stuff. So my thought was, okay, I guess it can go both ways. Does a man really need a woman? And if so, what? I mean, obviously the obvious is the physical, but past that, what does that look like?
A supportive woman too. You need a woman that's very supportive of him, uplifting, and just somebody that can bring something to the table besides sex. I guess that would be for Leary to answer, but not Leary, Ladarius, I'm sorry, to answer. But I think a supportive woman, besides sex, I think he need a supportive woman and a woman that's secure, that he feels secure with. I think.
So
yeah, that's what, yeah, like Kendra said, support, trust, yeah, loyalty. Those some good answers, yeah. Because you can get sex anywhere. You can't get trust anywhere. You can't get loyalty anywhere. You can't get respect from anywhere. You can't get that from just anybody. You can, and a lot of women don't be secure within themselves, so they think, you know, they can't do stuff on their own, so they want to lean on the man all the time. Oh, do this, do that, when they ain't doing nothing. So he need a woman that can, you know, put in work too. You know, so he don't have to, you know.
Coach, you're real quiet.
I'm listening. I'm listening to her, and I mean, and right. So Lex was right. We can get sex. Men get sex from well. You know.
Most women.
I honestly feel like, you know, we can be that shoulder, because again, I go back to saying this, and I don't want to say this in a negative way, but I mean, it is what it is. You know, women are emotionally attached. So when they become emotionally attached, it ain't, and again, this can just be one of those friendships that, or not friendships, those relationships that, you know, they're not looking for just the sex. So if you come in, you know, the woman comes and she's down and in the slump or whatever, she ain't looking for the man to try to get in between her legs. She looking for this man to listen and say, you know, hey, what's going on? How's your day? So if he can become that ear, which somebody has already mentioned it, if he can become that ear, again, that emotionally attachment, it grows. So when that emotional attachment grows, now there's another level that's going to eventually like open up. You know, that's going to be like another page that we're going to turn to, going into another chapter, because now he's been available for her at any time. And this ain't just no, you know, I ain't just come over here just, you know, I don't want you over here just to come over and have sex. You think every time come over, this is, you know, so she want to let you know how her day going. She really the balls out, you know, crying, it's not a nose and all that stuff. And then you come in, all you thinking about is sex. Yeah. So she ain't gonna want that. And that, as a man, as a mature man, it should be. As a mature man, you should be able to be available and give that woman that, you know, like even if y'all started out just the relationship just being sex, guess what's gonna happen? She's gonna open up to him, his feelings, and Doc, you done said this before. Men can be emotionally attached without women knowing, because the ego in us, we're not gonna just come right out and just let it be done. Like you're gonna have to tear the walls down for us to be able to show our emotional side, because that's just the man in us. So once that happens, and ladies, you're already in that stage, you already, you know, want to share those things with the man, and we coming over there and we showing that it's not like sexual thing, or it's a done deal. Like that relationship can go to a whole nother level. Mm-hmm. So I mean, we want, now as far as men want peace. Men want stability without even asking. You know, we don't want to just, you know, now y'all, there's some ladies out there that be, as soon as you come over there to see that man, you ready to jump on him, skirt with no panties on, and you come over there and but he want to talk. He want to actually know, you know, he might have had a rough day where he probably about ready to choke his boss out. And you come over there, you the one that's going to come over there and make that peace for him. So it's a saying I saw, and matter of fact, we got on our shirt too, is her piece and it's his piece, her rock. So the man can be her rock and the woman could be his piece. And it ain't just sex related, because you know, if we looking at this sex related thing, then it can just end like that.
Because the thing is, and, you know, it was a book that was written, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. And like you said, most men are not nearly as expressive as women. Women don't have a problem with showing their feelings. They don't have a problem with expressing how they feel, telling you how they feel. And they don't have a problem with saying it, but women also have a need to be affirmed, to be heard, to hear the words. But sometimes guys say the words in different ways.
Right.
Like you're saying, Coach, we don't always say it because we're guys, so we're not as expressive as a female. But I can show you that I saw something on social media the other day, and it essentially said, if a man opens up to you, or you know, kind of shares himself, like his emotions with you, or he kind of is vulnerable to you emotionally, you don't realize how much that man you mean to that man, because guys just don't. That's just not something that guys are naturally can do. Mm-hmm. And so from the standpoint of sex, like you said, Lexus, guys can get sex anywhere, right? So besides that, what else? Because in a long committed relationship, at some point y'all gonna like get old, right?
Right.
Yes. You keep living, you keep waking up. God keep blessing you to wake up. You're gonna get old. So everything that's working now ain't gonna always work. So if everything is built on physical, built on sex, when stuff stops working, then what do you got? What's left? So go ahead, Coach.
That's another, and what you just said right there, that's a whole nother type of love language that's going to be spoken. And until they see that language, or they can be able to interpret that language, it's not going to, because I mean, like you say, like we get old, you ain't gonna be able to get them blue pills or the black diamonds or whatever the case may be at some point in time. That stuff they're gonna stop. So you got to be able to have another love language to speak, so that y'all can be able to continue on, and it's not even about sex.
And obviously sex is important, but it's just, so I'm just saying, we always ask the question from the female's point of view, like what else? But sometimes I just, want to flip it, because I know we always feel like we're attacking the women, and we're asking. So just trying to balance it out, it's just like the scale. So I saw this scenario on social media. So you all give me your viewpoint on this. All right. So the guy, the man, these two people about to get married. Nisha, I wasn't about to preach. I'm just trying to give you a viewpoint. I got you. I got you. You the one been dropping them tonight. I can't compete with how you've been dropping them tonight. So
for real,
I learned a couple things. So anyway, you got this relationship. You got this. Go on, Henry. Don't touch me. You just... She's my own reality show. So anyway, these two people about to get married, right? Mm-hmm. They engaged, whatever, about to get married. They talking about, the wedding and how things gonna go. So the guy wants to have a small ceremony. He want to have a small ceremony. And then so they got this amount of money. The guy wants to have a small ceremony and put the rest of it for a down payment for a house. The woman wants a huge wedding. So the thing is, how can the husband to be get his wife to understand or get his viewpoint that they don't need a big wedding just, I mean, like I said, they got the, let's just give, it didn't say the like amount of money, but let's just say 10 grand, 20 grand, I don't know. 30 grand, 50 grand, I don't know. But part of it, he wanted to do a ceremony, a small ceremony, and put the rest for the down payment. She want the whole thing to be on this big, extravagant TV type of wedding. He's trying to convince her to see it his way, like, okay, we're gonna have this big wedding, and then what? But she like, that's been her dream. So she been growing up. That's what she want. So it was like, how can they were asking? It was like asking for feedback on how to help the guy. How can he go about trying to convince his wife to be about the ceremony in the house? So to y'all.
See, this go back to I don't know. You got some women that just want what they want and that's it. Ain't no changing them. But at the end of the day, in a relationship, it got to be some type of compromise. Honestly, I don't know what a man can say or do to get the woman to change their mind. I guess it just depends on what type of woman you dealing with. I guess. For me, I would take the small wedding and do the down payment on the house. But that's just my maturity level. That's just how I think about stuff like that. I guess it just depends on the maturity level of a woman. It just sounds kind of selfish to me, but then again, you can't help what the woman wants. She wants what she wants. So I guess it just depends on the type of woman you're dealing with.
So she can want what she want and live in the studio.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I guess it depends on what type of, every woman ain't mature like to think like that. You know what I'm saying? Every woman ain't mature to think, okay, we're gonna have a small wedding and get down payment on the house. Some women just selfish like that. They don't think like that. They rather still live in the shack and still want a big wedding. Some women just got that mentality. It ain't good, but some women just like that. But I personally, I would want the okay, we got a small wedding. I want, and get the house. But yeah, some women don't think maturely like that.
Okay.
So these
that's like Lisa say, find somebody else that'll do it for. Everybody don't got that mentality to put their priorities first. They want to think about, how this gonna look, how everybody else gonna think about it. It's an image to some women. You know what I'm saying? You got some women that's mature enough to think about it, priority like that, and some women it's just a big image for them.
Because
I'm like Shamae, say the wedding and get the house. Because guess what? Here go my thing, and there's this thing that's called let me see, renewing your vows.
Mm-hmm.
When you renew your vows, at this point, y'all should be established. You can go out and do something big when you renew your vows. Now we can have a small, intimate ceremony. We can go to the courthouse. Because if you're trying to get this 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-car, 3-car garage, on a lot, I ain't talking about I'm talking about 1.5 acres, at least 1.5 acres. And this money we got right here to go and handle that situation right there, but yet you want to walk down the aisle with 15, 20 people in your wedding that you don't even really deal with, and you want everybody to see so they can go and put it on social media, go live on social media
for the people,
and you want to show off the ring for the people. You want to spend all this money for the people when we can put all this money on this house. I mean, hell, we can have a wedding in the backyard.
Right. All they're gonna do, people gonna do, you gonna have this big old wedding. They're gonna come mess it up, get drunk, drink all your liquor, eat all your food, do all this and that. And they got this big wedding, and you trying to figure out how you gonna pay your rent next month.
And like Keandre say, most of them don't even like you.
Right. They just coming to see, she getting married. I want to see what her wedding look like. They just coming to see, trying to become, you know what I'm saying? Just coming to see what you can do. Or how they can outdo you. It's just be for show sometimes.
And you know what though? That's funny that you said that. They want to outdo you. So now what you done started is a domino effect that they going to get married just to get married. And now they want to try to outdo you because they heart ain't pure.
Right.
So now they finna go and have a wedding, and that ain't even a wedding. That's just a whole ceremony right there. You want a girl, you want everybody and this is my thing. I don't need no gifts. I don't need no gifts. If you're genuine and you for me and you for my wife, then your heart gonna lead you in the right direction. So therefore, if we selected very few because we had the building for very few. And that wedding was, I mean, it was, our wedding was like, as they said back in the day, bomb.com. So,
because like you said, at the end of the day, the wedding is a ceremony. That's not marriage, right? And so the ceremony is not for you, right?
Correct.
Because you know what some people don't realize, and I know everybody's different, but in some cases, you're already like legally married when the ceremony is just the ceremony. In some cases, people sign the marriage license stuff before you even have the wedding. So it's not for you. It's not for the I do's and love, honor, and obey and all that. That's already happened.
Yeah.
When you're up there in front of all your family and friends, I mean, family is not air quote, but friends are the air quote.
Yeah, some family can be the air quote. I'll just be honest.
Snakes in the garden, hey, snakes in the garden, man. So, so anywho, I just that was a scenario that I thought was interesting. I figured we could talk about it for a minute. So ladies,
you know what, Doc? It's funny that you hit on the fact that the wedding is actually a ceremony because you're already married. Like I mean, hey, it is what it is. Since 2020, we've been married since 2020. We didn't have the ceremony until later on due to COVID. So it really wasn't a big thing for us. Like my thing was, she don't want to got this dress. She gonna wear this dress. I want to make sure she get to wear this dress. So it was whatever you want. And at the point, it was like, you know what? We good. We already married. It ain't got who really, it doesn't matter. However, the money that was invested in it, we went ahead and we just, made sure everything was straight as far as during that time, how COVID was. It altered a lot of stuff. So again, that's one of the reasons why, we made it small yet intimate and something that we wanted to have that wasn't extravagant and I don't need nothing big. This, she wanted it like that. That's how we got it.
Okay. All right. So women, help the fellas out, okay? There's a lot of women who use this phrase, right? Telling them, you get in an argument and telling them to be a man, be a man, be a man, be a man. It seems like women already know what that means because you're saying to be a man as if, not all women, as if you already know what that looks like. So help the fellas out. What does it take to be a man? What does it consist of? Help the guys to understand from a woman's point of view what be a man entails.
I think being a man entails, for one, being respectful. That's my key thing. You need to be very respectful to me. Another thing is you need to be loyal. As a man, I need security in a man, meaning that if I need something, my man gonna be there, and not just physically. I mean, like mentally. If I'm going through something, he'll be there for me, and not and talk to me, and not just be like, "Oh, you'll be all right." I need my man to be vulnerable sometimes. And so I would say, and to be a good communicator. as well. So I think those are the key aspects in the man. But now you need how I'm boring you. That is true.
Listen, and
You need something like I'm boring him.
I don't want you to take this the wrong way. And I'm not bashing no women. However, how can a woman tell a man how to be a man when you're not a man? And you want all this, you want all this. Now, all that what you listed that's good. That's what y'all want in a man. You can't coach no man to be that. The man got to already come with them qualities, and when he come with those qualities, he got to be ready to step up and present those qualities to you. So if you're wanting that in him, 9 times out of 10, I ain't gonna say 9 times out of 10, like most of the time he ain't gonna get that to you because that's what you want and that's what you're gonna be forcing. So if you know that's what you want in a man, and you see those signs, just like you see all them babies, correct, you should know how to walk away and not entertain it. Now, if you want a man with all those qualities, again, just go back to what Doc said a couple seconds ago. Y'all already know what y'all gonna do, how you gonna do it, because you've been observing it, and we don't know nothing. We don't even know you've been watching us like that. So if you telling me, okay, I put it this way. I can ask you what you look for in a man. You tell me what you're looking for in a man. You can let me know all these things, okay.
What I'm looking for. Not tell me how to be one.
Right. Yeah. But see, some women get into the fact of trying, you need to do this or you need to be this type of, like you can't see that. That's a big turnoff. Now that's another turn. That's another red flag. You know what I'm saying? So there's a fine line when you want the qualities of a man versus you trying to tell a man what he need to do and how he need to be.
Mm-hmm. Keandre made is an interesting point where he's saying that sometimes women be comparing the man to what their daddy was not.
Correct. And then it goes back to Doc. Lex made a point earlier. Like daddies play a big role. So if she said that that should be the first person that a woman falls in love with is her daddy. So he should be showing his daughter how to be treated, how a man should open the door for her. We going back to all this, like, all this stuff here. Because some man may be like, I ain't doing that, but then you ain't ready to be no man. But if your daddy can't teach you how you should be treated, if he can't show you how you should be treated and do those things and how you should be treated, then you missed out. That's your dad's fault. Your daddy he ain't do that stuff, so you're not going to get that stuff because you don't know what to look for if you've never been treated that way. I mean, I done took them out on dates, took them to the movies. We going to movies, I opened the door for them. They, just showing them how they should be treated. And as a man grow older, as a woman grow older, those things stick with her.
When women
or that's true too. I keep calling you Lee Avery. Lee Avery must be talking about me.
He got me.
Or because we didn't. Yeah, that's I agree with Kendra say, but I think even though we didn't see certain things, I would say, I'm just saying in general, even though women probably didn't see certain things with their father, that don't mean that they don't know what to look for. For instance, like I'm gonna go with what Unique said. He said that the first thing that should have came out of my mouth was structure. Like a man should be structured, which I agree. But the first thing I still stand on is respect. First of all, how you approach me as a man. I've been approached so many different ways. Hey, black. damn, you fine. Like, no, that's disrespectful to me. So that's a no right there. Respect.
Well, one you is black. You know you black, right?
I know I'm black, but don't be like, damn, black. You know, don't talk to me. Let's talk. You know what I'm saying? That ain't how you approach me. You look beautiful today or something like that. And it could be just a little line they throwing, but it's the respect. Like you gotta learn how to talk to women. And that's, you know what I'm saying? Some men be so disrespectful, they come out their mouth. I'll be like, man, get out my face. You know, you just gotta have respect. That's that's what I was getting.
So can I say this? I can say this because when Unique made the statement about, you should be looking for a man that's gonna bring some structure. It's not structure as in being like, you need to do this, do that. Because if he got structure, he has some respect. Mm-hmm. So when the man come with you and he got structure, that's respect come with it. It's some respect come with it because he gonna respect you because he know how to treat a woman. Mm-hmm. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want people to think that, when I say, that your dad should, for a female, the dad should be the first man they love and he should be able to show them. I don't want them to think that, like he got that means you should be treated like the man should be acting as if he's your daddy. No. I don't want y'all to, I don't want y'all to get that. Some people get that in head. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And that's not what I'm saying. He should be able to show you love and providing for you because guess what? The daddy, you're a father, I'm a father. We're going to provide for our kids. Mm-hmm. So if we can, and it ain't even, my oldest is a son, is a boy, and I still, want to show love for him and want to, provide for him. He grown, but you know what? If he call and say, "Hey, Daddy, can you help me out with this?" I'm provide for him because I'm his father. Mm-hmm. So therefore, it should be an overall provider. Because if I can do that for my kids, I should know how to do that for my woman. Mm-hmm. So I don't want people to think that I'm saying, that father version. It ain't to say that I'm the ruler over you. It's to saying I'm a provider for you. That's what I mean by that.
So does a woman's relationship, be it good or bad, positive or negative, with their father cause them to have unrealistic expectations on what being a man looks like?
I think it determines on what you want in a man and what you don't want in one. You know what I'm saying? So if they weren't, you know what I'm saying? So like I was saying before, if you feel like your father wasn't there and there's some type of abandonment, maybe you're looking for security in a man.
Correct.
And I guess that go back to what I was saying before. That's why some women feel like they need a man because they don't have the security that they had. And I don't want to keep going back on the daddies because at some age you gotta grow up or whatever. But I mean, it can play a part. I guess you could say it can.
Can a woman ask a man to be a man as it relates to making her happy or helping her to be happy if she, and this is to part of what Shemay wrote, if she's not happy with herself?
And that goes back to what I was saying earlier. You gotta have security with yourself and self-worth in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Before you can tell anybody anything. That's what I was saying with a man. I think that's what he should look for in a woman that does have self-worth and and have confidence in herself. Like if you don't have confidence in yourself as a woman, like how you gonna tell somebody else how to treat you and you don't even treat yourself the way you want somebody else to do? How is that possible? Like you want somebody to treat you like a queen or tell you this and that, but you don't even carry yourself like one. So
you got a point, and Unique got a point too.
And the man's love for his daughter cannot be compared to the same man. Unique is off the chain tonight.
But you know what though? He got a point though. You really can't compare a man, father and daughter love. However, there can be. I'm gonna say framework. It can be framed. It can be framed like that, but it doesn't have. It can't be the exact same thing. So he got a point with that. and you got a point as well, because if you don't have self-respect, then ain't a man gonna respect you. Because okay, let's go back to the comment when you said it was like, you know, hey, what's up, Black? Or like, dang, you said so, you fine. And if you would have responded to that by anything that would have triggered a conversation just solely off of that, he ain't gonna respect you, because guess what? You allow that conversation to start off of that first line.
Yep.
So by you setting that tone, like, you know, don't try me like that, or, you know, you ignoring, or you ain't even getting him no play. So now it's like, you know, you're showing that you respect yourself to the fact that, you know, don't try me like that.
So Kay made a point earlier when she essentially said, when a woman tells a man to be a man, it's usually because she's upset, things not going away. So it's almost like it's a low blow. So do she even really want him to be a man, or it's just a low blow? She's just trying to dig at him.
Some women are like that. Some women can be vindictive like that. Mm-hmm. So it can go as far as how the woman viewpoint is, or how her vision is, what she vision is. She vision him as a. So if she's shooting low blows, why are you even with him? Because if he ain't being that stand up guy for you, why are you with him?
Right. That's good now. Why is you with him? If you saying all that when you mad, that means you really feel like that. But you know now, you like, all right, I'm gonna say it now because I'm mad. I'm gonna say how I really feel because I'm mad. You know.
It's two things that I learned that the truth will come out: when a person is angry and when a person is drunk. Yep. You gonna get the truth with them two situations right now.
Some women do that to kind of try to jumpstart, just to use an analogy, jumpstart the man. So like Shimei saying, hoping he'll change. So if I push buttons, that or challenge his manhood or whatever the case may be. You know, how guys are, they don't like their manhood challenged. So it kind of indirectly forces them to be what she's saying he's not, just to prove her wrong. Like, I am a man, you know, don't be trying me, and I'm gonna show you I'm a man by doing the stuff that you essentially are saying that I'm not doing, which is why we're in this position in the first place. So in some cases, reverse psychology.
But why can't just be like, let's say earlier, why you just can't communicate? You know, like, instead of trying to embarrass him, why you just can't say, hey, baby, can we talk? And then those are concerns that you can express to him, and maybe it'll be like, dang, like, you know what, you're right, I'm tripping. You know, let me fix this, you know, or even, you know, it's gotta be communication. Yeah. You know, instead of you trying to low blow him. So now it's like she's being the mature woman and saying, you know, hey baby, this is what concerns me. So now that goes back to, you know, giving those qualities of that stand-up guy that she can say, and this, I'm not getting this from you. So a man gonna do one or two things. He gonna stand up to her, step up, or he gonna shrink because let his ego get in the way.
Why is communication so hard? You say just say it, like it's a simple thing, but a lot of people, a lot of relationships, a lot of men and women struggle with communication. So saying that to say it, okay, that's the reason why. I mean, it sounds simple. Communicate, just say it, say how you feel. But a lot of people struggle with that. So why is communication so hard? Why is it so hard to say it is easy? It's like, say that's what you should do, but why is it so hard to actually do it, to say the words? So
when you struggle with, Took it right out my mouth. When you struggle with how to express things, she did. She took it right out my mouth. When you struggle with how to express your feelings without being taken advantage of, that's where the issue comes with. Because some people don't know how to express themselves. Like if I'm expressing my concerns with you, and you don't know how to respond in the correct way, I may take it as you might try to use it as a weakness, which it ain't no weakness. I'm just expressing to you, you know, how I feel. And if we can't talk about this, then, you know, it's going to be an issue. Because here's what I think. I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to talk and hear you over talking me. You ain't even hearing what I got to say. And it goes both ways, because men are big at that too. You know, you trying to talk, women try to talk to men, and men don't want to hear it because, you know, that they don't want to know what it is that's causing the issue, and it's them. So that's why people lack communication. So guess what they do? They're going to text you, because you know why they're going to text you? Because you can't cut them off. That's why I showed that phone.
Delivery is wrong.
Yeah. And then them texts can be taken any kind of way too, dog.
Yeah,
like
texting,
I could just be saying, you know, hey, listen, I got issues, and you can read it like, you know, I got an issue with you, and like, hey, I ain't coming at you like that.
Yeah, and sometimes when it comes to communication, it's like you're overlooking the fact that you're trying to find a resolution. People in relationships, and I'm not gonna speak on everybody, but it seems like they looking for, okay, who right and who wrong. I'm right if I say this, or you wrong if you say this. They trying to figure out who right and wrong instead of coming to a common ground and a solution and try to compromise. It's always about who right or who wrong, the way that the relationship should go, and it shouldn't be like that.
Man, Nisi on one today, man.
I just, it's like we say that, like you're saying, be a man, and then you tell the man what it is that you feel like it is, but if he's not ready to receive the message, then, you know, you just talking, like you said. I mean, I've read that the biggest communication barrier in relationships, men and women, is listening. I mean, it sounds simple, but we men and women struggle to listen because we're so busy wanting to be heard.
Right.
It's more important for you to hear what I got to say than for me to listen to what you say. Because if I listen to you, I might not have to even say what I feel like I got to say, because you already get what I'm trying to say. But I'm so busy, I'm just sitting there. Okay, yeah, shaking my head. And as soon as you set up, you quiet, here I go. Did you hear anything I just said? And so now, like Shimei saying, you know, you listening because you're ready to speak, so you listening to understand, what not listening to agree. And I think that's what some people kind of struggle with. They think if I'm listening to you, I got to agree with you. We can agree to disagree. Just because I'm listening to you don't mean I got to agree with it. But I'm listening to understand, which, first of all, go back to what Lex was saying, is showing I respect you by listening to you to understand, trying to understand why you feel this way. Why are you so pissed off? Why are you over here, way over here, and I'm way over here? Let me try to figure out why. But what we have to do is, which we struggle with, we have to take ourselves out of it and look at it from that person.
Yeah.
It's hard to do that. It's hard for you to see stuff different than how you see it, because it's you. So I got to be right because it's me. How I'm wrong when it's me I'm dealing with. But a lot of us adults kind of, I think, in my opinion, struggle with that. So we listen. A lot of times we can be heard and we can come to a resolution. Like Lex said earlier too, not that I'm trying to get you all the way on my side. You're trying to get me on your side. We're trying to get to a point where we can grow, learn and grow, which is why we talking like this. And that's a struggle for some people, because you want your point to be heard. And it don't matter if I got to sit there and shake my head 20 minutes while you talking, I'm gonna get my point out. You're gonna hear what I got to say. I'm gonna get it out. Whether you hear it or not, I'm getting it out for myself, so at least I can hear it. Because most times we want to hear it, and do we really care if the person that we're trying to say it to hear it?
Right. And it's okay to agree to disagree. I feel like, okay, maybe this didn't work out right then and there. Okay, maybe let's try something else, or at least keep trying until you find a solution. But you don't necessarily have to be yelling and screaming over each other. You know, one person talk, the next person talk, and try to figure it out. And if y'all don't figure it out that day, don't be hovering over it all day. Figure it out the next day. You know what I'm saying?
Or don't even go to bed. Don't even go to bed mad about it.
No, not mad. Just be like, all right, we have no resolution tonight. Because what I'm not going to do is keep going back and forth all night now. Listen. So we ain't got to figure it out today. Okay, we'll let it rest. Figure it out tomorrow. But don't be so mad about it. Don't let it overtake y'all. You know what I'm saying? So.
Hey, Coach, you said that a couple times. Don't go to bed angry, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
But if we're mad and I ain't listening to you, how is that going to happen? If I'm mad to the point where I don't even hear what you got to say, male or female, how are we going to avoid going to bed not being angry if we're not listening? Because we're never going to work out what got us angry in the first place, right? So how does that happen?
I mean, you can't, at some point you have to go to sleep because you're not going to be up all night. You're not going to be up all night and it's sitting on the brain. You know, like I just think that if you go to bed mad, if you go to sleep mad, like that's gonna bother you. You ain't gonna sleep. You're gonna toss and turn, and that's gonna bother you even more because when you get up, first thing you do, you're gonna be looking at her. She's gonna be looking at you. And it's instantly it ignites again. Now, you can't go to bed and wake up and say, "Can we talk?" And I don't want nobody. This ain't no white society mess. This is just like real mature relationships. Like you want your relationship to work, then at some point somebody's gonna have to be the bigger person, and not saying that in a way like women. I give in, you know, you're like, hey, you know what? Hey, let's talk. You know, talk to me. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what you're mad about. Tell me what your issue is. I'm gonna listen because, I mean, I'm gonna get up because I want to get up being thankful for waking up. I want to get up and go on about my day. So if we got to talk about this thing before this day get going, and I want it to be a smooth sailing day, man, I'm gonna go on and let you, and I ain't gonna do this just to be doing it to say, you know, I heard what you said or I let you talk. No, we got to come to a resolution here. We got to come to a conclusion of why we having this issue. So I say don't go to bed mad because it's not healthy. You know, and this ain't no societal or no experts or no, but you ain't gonna get no sleep because it's gonna be on your mind while you sleep. You're gonna be tossing and turning. You're not gonna get the rest that you need. So when the morning comes, God bless you to wake up and you see that next morning, y'all can talk about this thing and get it done. That's just me. I can't, and I ain't finna go to bed with this on my brain. If we can't talk tonight, sleep it off. Get up next morning, talk about it.
Right. Come to some conclusion that y'all both just gonna sleep it off and talk about it. See, and and you can go to bed without being mad by just doing that. Now, can it be hard to do that? Yes.
Yeah.
You know, it's easier said than done. But as we mature and as we grow, we can agree to be like, all right, we ain't come to a conclusion tonight. We got to figure something out by tomorrow. So you don't necessarily have to be, just because you go to bed without, and I'm talking to the people in the comments too, just because you go to bed without resolving the problem, that don't necessarily mean you mad. You know what I'm saying? It just means, all right, we're going to agree that it ain't work out tonight. We're going to figure it out tomorrow. So at least come to that conclusion that y'all can do that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going to bed, cussing each other out and doing that, just come to a conclusion. All right, listen, we figured out tonight. Let's try it again tomorrow. But some people can't do that, and I'm a living witness too. I don't be like that before. The cussed out so bad and went to sleep. It didn't feel good at all.
So you don't cuss them out.
But not growing. Huh?
So you just left them in the front room looking stupid, and you don't went and got in bed and went to sleep.
Correct. So
you tough.
But as I'm growing, I realized it shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So.
But you just, I mean, how do you? Okay, you cussed them out.
That's why I say you just cussed them out and left them in there and went to bed. Like,
if you got to the point where you cussed them out, you clearly upset about something, right?
Correct. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So are you going? Is that going to resolve? Because we know women come. It takes a woman a longer time to come back than a man. So
correct,
if you to the point where you done cussed them out, what's the chance you gonna come back from that anytime soon? If you to that point that you have cussed him out, that's a lot of built up in most women, a lot of built up
right
whatever it is that cause you to cuss him out. So you gonna just, I'm gonna cuss you out. I done blew off, I done popped off, and I'm just gonna.
That's some stuff that she been holding on to.
Exactly. So am I gonna be ready to talk and listen and be rational, and I just cuss you out?
No. Oh no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's better to come to a resolution. But it happens. It don't happen. It happens. Some women can't do that. They gotta let it all out. And some men too now. We get cussed out too now.
Right.
Women be getting cussed out too, but.
So you go to bed, you cussed him out, and you done went to bed. And like Kendra said, you wake up the next morning and he got steak and eggs in there, and he got you some Fruit Loops. Now,
it's not Fruit Loops.
You just cussed him out.
If
You
I
just cussed him out.
If I cuss you out and I cook you breakfast the next morning, that means
I ain't eating it.
Get nothing from me.
No, I'm saying you cuss dude out, and next morning dude up, and he gets steak and eggs. He got you cereal. You spent steak and eggs. You just cussed me out last night. You just cussed me out. You called me everything but the child of God, and you spent this stuff. I'm gonna make sure you eat.
Listen,
I ain't saying
I'm gonna say
you ain't gonna be hungry, but I ain't saying you're gonna be gourmet full. You're gonna be struggle city in college, full. Now on you, it's on you at that point what you do with it. But I didn't eat and you didn't eat. We just like we go to the restaurant. We ain't gonna always order the same thing, but we both gonna eat. So I got your bowl of cereal over there. So you eating. Now if you turn the cereal over, that's on you. But it ain't like
that's on her.
He gonna be eating the cereal, all right on top of his head.
Why would you do that though? Why?
That's what I'm saying.
Hey Sabrina, hey Sabrina, how you doing?
Come on, man.
Why would you do that though? If you get up, hold on. You get up, you smell eggs, steak, you smell pancakes, you see all this, and he's sitting down, he eating, and you say, "What mine?" And I say, "Oh, well, I'll put some cereal in the bowl. All you gotta do is add milk. I don't want your cereal to be soggy, so you can pour the milk in there and you can eat." You gonna flip the bowl of cereal on me because I fixed you some cereal and told you to go ahead and put the milk in there? I made sure you ate though. It ain't gotta be exactly the same thing.
No.
No. See, it ain't got nothing to do with me not loving you because I fixed you some cereal.
I'm feeding you.
Exactly.
If I ain't love you, I wouldn't feed you.
Exactly.
If I'm feeding you the off-brand cornflakes like Keandre said, I'm feeding you. You eat.
Now wait. Hold on, Doc. This is even better. I'm giving you the brand name. I'm gonna get you some Lucky Charms or some Fruit Loops or some whatever we got in there. I ain't gonna give you the Wit King. What is that? The King Vitamins. I ain't giving you that.
I had King Vitamin. I know all about them. Plenty. That's a struggle, man. I'm telling you.
Right.
But I'm eating.
I don't even eat cereal.
But I'm eating.
Well, guess what? You can get you some.
But how can you cuss me out? How can you cuss me out? And that's okay. And go to bed. Now I'm up Because if you cuss me out, I can't sleep. You just cuss me out.
Right.
You in there snoring. You in there counting sheep. You having a good time. I'm out here flipping channels, watching Tubi. You know, hoping I watch one of them sideways shows. So in the morning, okay, that's what we doing. So I ain't cuss you out. I ain't said a word to you. I ain't called you out your name. I ain't yelled at you and disrespected you. I just cooked some steak and eggs. And I thought, and I'm thinking about you because that's what women say. We want to y'all always know that we're thinking about y'all. So I'm thinking about you.
I just ain't acting on my thinking.
Like Coach said, I ain't get you no King Vitamin. I went in Publix. I went in I went in the name brand store. I didn't go in what the place Super Choice. I went in Publix.
Right.
Hey, come on now. I went in Target and got you this. So I thought about you. So you eating? So how you gonna flip it on my face, Sabrina? We see you. How you gonna flip it on my face when I'm feeding?
Want somebody to say, hey,
when I'm feeding you. So now, Nisha, I grew up on King Vitamin. I definitely ain't sleeping on that.
Right. I ain't sleeping on King Vitamin.
If I'm giving you Captain Crunch, I'm talking about Crunch Berry. You know, I'm like special limited edition. They don't make Crunch Berry every day.
No.
So I'm giving you special delivery cereal.
Right.
I gotta feel something about you.
So listen. So Shemay said, so men to be okay if the woman cook dinner on Sunday and don't cook anything for you, you get cereal. So right then and there, that's being spiteful.
Oh no.
Wait, hold on. Let me tell you why it's being spiteful. Now, she don't woke up the next morning and then went through the whole day. And you mean to tell me you finna go and cook dinner, so you real mad, you still got a grudge. Now you got grudges. Now you're holding grudges.
Still cussing me out.
And after you don't cuss me out.
Still cussing me out.
That's a grudge.
Yeah.
So we moving on, because if I'm cooking, not a serious thing, that's just me. I mean, I'm just gonna eat because you just cussed me out the night before. And you want me to fix you steak and eggs and pancakes, IHOP meal, when you just cussed me out before you left me in the front room and you went and got in the bed and went to sleep.
You know what made me this comment? I'm laughing. It's off topic, but I don't know if y'all have seen. I
saw that. I've been looking at it.
Well, let me see.
Like it's a thing where the lady was like, the girl was like, don't be calling me no special friend in the obituary. I come in there and turn all that shit over. So that's like, yeah, I'm gonna turn everything. How you gonna turn everything over when you just cuss? So you supposed to escape past the fact that you cussed me out and went to sleep. You cussed me out of sleep. You ain't even gonna sleep. You just went in there and went. I'm up. I might as well eat good if I'm up, right?
Might as well.
So you gonna turn everything over because you cussed me. Then you gonna go make a whole gourmet meal 3 days later and give me cereal. So you still cussing me,
right? That's the point. They don't get the point.
So how we gonna make it right if you still there? I'm still feeding. It'd be different if I had steak and eggs and you ain't have nothing on the table
at all. Nothing. Not even toast. Not even toast.
I probably wouldn't even want them to eat. Really, probably.
Man, listen. So now to go to the point. To get back to it, you know, if we can't have this conversation, if we go to bed mad, you wake up still mad, and you get even madder because you see me eating, but you want me to fix you some breakfast. So let's turn the tables. I'm in the bed, I done cussed you out, and I go to bed mad. And I wake up. What's your response gonna be? You're gonna be in that kitchen too, fisting you something to eat, child hit it, and ladies, everybody, excuse my language. Oh, fuck him. I don't need this shit. And then you in the kitchen just cooking and you still cussing.
But this thing, Coach, there's two parts of that. First, your point, then for Shemay's point. If we go to bed and she mad, we ain't sleeping, first of all.
Exactly.
They gonna sleep. We ain't sleeping. That's first of all. Second of all, this what they do, Coach. So they know, women smarter than men, and we accept that. Some men don't. The men that get it accept that women are smarter than us. We just try to figure it out, along the way here and there. But she done cuss me out. She done cuss you out. And then we supposed to just, like she said, 2 wrongs don't make it right. I didn't mean it. How I know you didn't mean it? I was upset. So now we supposed to justify the fact, I was upset. It's just I didn't mean it. So we ain't got to talk about it. You better not be cooking those steak and eggs because now you wrong. And that just somehow another discredit or cross out the fact that you cuss me out. We still haven't addressed the fact that you cussed me out and went to sleep.
Right.
But too wrong. I ain't mean it, babe. They do that. I ain't mean it, babe. And they rub on you. And then they, what you want, and I'm gonna take care.
Wait, hold on. So now it's going back to you using sex to get over it.
Yeah, please!
Look at what
using sex to get over it, and on top of that, not only that you're using sex to get over it, now you trying to be loving.
We're using flattery, not sex. Flattery.
Okay. No, ain't no flattery. That's sex. See, that flattery. That's just sex.
That's the cold word. That's how they get away with it. Be like, no, that's what happened. No, that ain't what you must have took it that way. No, we must have took it that way. Oh, how else we supposed to take it? Like, okay, you supposed to take it that way.
Nisa talking about she committing murder. She talking about cuss me out. You better hope I don't plug her both. That's fine. I can open my mouth and sleep.
That's what I'm saying. So with guys, we get cussed out. We just gotta eat it.
That's it.
When we get cussed out, we can't go to sleep.
Some of y'all don't be eating it. Some of y'all be going at it too now. Kiesha said, "I'm calling 911."
Hey, you gotta be nervous. Once a guy step that way, because women, besides the obvious trump card that women got, they could just say you ain't getting it. You ain't getting none. That's the obvious trump card. But I think the one that is more powerful than that, and they use it a lot, is a silent treatment.
Mm-hmm.
So they just won't talk to you. And you go from women that like to talk, like to express themselves through words, through emotion, and then I just shut down, don't say nothing to you. Most women who know how powerful that is, they use it, and they use it a whole lot. Man. Okay.
Now, see, I don't like, and the thing about me is I really don't like.
How are we supposed to know that, though, Shemay? How are we supposed to know that? How's this guy supposed to know that?
See, that's the thing. Like, how you expect us to know that when y'all?
How's a guy
there goes that emotionally attachment. And then y'all want us to be mind readers.
No, y'all be knowing we emotional. Y'all know that.
How?
Well, what you mean?
How?
Y'all have been with us long enough to know we emotional.
How do we know if that's not been, in Coach's words, been discussed and communicated? How would I know? How do I know when you pop off that you really ain't out there? How do I know that you gonna come back at some point? When you gonna come back? What it's gonna look like when you come back? And how do I know that if we haven't, you just cussed me out, so I don't know. All these words you just said to me, all that energy you just gave to me, like Keandra said, I got my thing on the phone, like,
right.
Hey,
right.
I don't know how this finna end over here,
right?
Then Nisa talking about something, she gonna stuff in your nostrils,
right?
Like,
hey, that's torture.
I'm supposed to know you just overly dramatic and you gonna get over it. How am I supposed to know that? How are guys supposed to know that?
Y'all could know
my previous
misunderstanding.
How do you know? Like, okay, I've been with you for a long time.
Yes. So
I just supposed to know.
So you trying to say how we know that this time ain't like the real deal? Like you really? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. You don't know.
Communication.
You don't. You're right. You don't know.
But y'all don't talk again. Y'all want us to be mind readers. That's again. Okay. So that goes back. Y'all want the world. Y'all want the heaven and the earth. Like we don't know. So if we don't know, you ain't telling us, how we supposed to know?
And how can we get penalized for something that we don't know? That's like when you go in your class and you start teaching them babies. If you ain't taught them how to write an A, you can't mark them wrong on a test for something that you haven't taught them how to do or shown them how to do. You got to show it before you can expect it. So if we don't know, Shemay saying, Jody, you know, we've been together, you just know. But if I know what makes you tick, what's gonna get you upset, 1, 2, and 3, and I avoid them. But what gets you upset this time is 5, and I don't know that. How am I supposed to respond to something that I don't know? I didn't do 1, 2, or 3 to piss you off because I know that's gonna piss you off. So I stay from that. I done pissed you off for something I didn't even know was a trigger.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't said, hey, look, this kind of stuff here, you know, this is one of my, you know, pet peeves. This is a red flag for me. You know, you ain't said it, but then I do it. So I don't step on the landmine and didn't even see it.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's a good point.
You should have known. Well, how? I ain't step on the landmine that I know about. I stepped on something that I ain't even know, and I stepped on it by accident.
Mm-hmm.
So, but now I'm sleeping with one eye open, or not sleeping at all.
Well, let me ask this question, because it's like we being ungrateful. Go back to Shemay's on. Say we being ungrateful. You either want to get cussed out or you want the silent treatment. What? That's both of those is that's a both of those.
I think Shemay being funny, y'all. I don't think Shemay meant that, because Shemay couldn't admit that.
Shemay said that.
Hey, once again, the communication.
Yeah.
I don't think Shemay meant that.
The word she wrote, you know. But I see she said on a serious note. So maybe okay, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's see what she wrote down here. Okay, she said on a serious note, so I guess she changed up.
See, let me tell y'all, let's go back to the silent treatment. Now, I used to be like that. I used to be like, I ain't gonna say shit. I'm just gonna, you know, I want to be tough. I ain't saying shit. You know what I'm saying? But now I don't like it. I don't like doing the silent treatment, because now when I'm silent, I want you to feed it to me. Like, I want you to be like, what's wrong, babe? Or how can I fix it? I want you to do that. So then if you don't do that by me being silent, then I'm gonna get more pissed off because you didn't do that. So I don't like doing the silent treatment stuff.
So, Doc,
I know it sounds crazy, but that's just why.
So let me say this.
What the Mackay 550 mean? I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke at all. I don't smoke cigarettes. But I smoke the cigarette. That Mackay thing where he just like this, you know, Doc. I mean, Coach.
Huh?
Wait, you know the Mackay 550 when he like this? Yeah, he just be like,
yeah.
How we supposed to win with that? Like
exactly. So let me say this. How
we supposed to even play the game? Not even supposed to win. How we supposed to play the game with that type of playbook? We never gonna figure that out.
And it might sound crazy, but I used to actually give the silent treatment because I used to try to. Okay, so I'd be like, well, you know, I try to express and try to talk, but then here it is every time I open my mouth. But you and so okay, I'm hushed. So as soon as I start talking again, here you come over talking me. So then I just get to the point, you know what? I ain't gonna say nothing. So then when I don't say nothing, you start talking trash, then I'm not responding and I'm just looking and listening. Now it's the issue. Well, why you ain't saying nothing? Because when I try to open my damn mouth and say something, you always over talking. So why even say something when you're not letting me? That's just like Shemay said, it's listening to reply versus listening for understanding. You ain't trying to listen to me or understand what I'm trying to say. So guess what? Why even? It's like, damn if I do, damn if I don't. So I'm not even gonna say nothing. But that was me then. You know, like I'm like I get quiet and just look at you like you're retarded.
But I think that's a good lesson to learn in life. Period. Listening to understand. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're just going back and forth arguing, trying to get your point across, you really not for real not gonna get nothing resolved like that.
So to say that, okay, so, and again, that's why I said it's not good to go to bed mad. So if we can't come to an agreement or we can't even get this, you know, this situation solved and it's late. So, you know, hey, you know what? We ain't going nowhere. I'm going to bed. We'll talk about this tomorrow. excuse me. So if I say let's talk about this tomorrow, then one, that's telling you that I'm not mad about the situation no more. We need some time to blow off steam, or we need to just chill and wait till tomorrow. Or two, you gonna go to bed mad because I'm not mad. I refuse to go to bed mad. You got it. We can talk about it tomorrow. But see, Doc, they'll take that you got it for, or now you being sarcastic.
Yeah, don't say you got it. Yeah, don't
See
say
that?
that.
See?
Don't say you got it.
But I'm letting you know.
And how are you supposed to know that though? Like, how are you supposed to know?
Exactly.
Okay, now listen now. Y'all be knowing some stuff now. Y'all
But you get mad because I say you got it. I ain't saying you got it to be sarcastic. I'm saying you got it to, like, you know what? Let's just we'll talk about it tomorrow.
And you got it can mean a lot of different things. Like I saw the meme, about.
I guess it depends on how you say it. I don't know.
Yeah, like Florida, like they say. I saw some of the meme that said something about Florida. All right now can mean what's up. Can mean
I got that on my shirt.
All right, keep you. All right now, it's a warning.
I got a shirt like that.
It got a lot of different meanings. So you got it could have a lot of different meanings.
Exactly.
Because some people, when you say you got it, that means I'm over. I'm done with the conversation. Like, whatever, you got it, you on it. But this is the thing about the silent treatment. If it's been communicated that if we get to a point, we need this is a space to go, like lady said in the chat, to our separate corners and kind of revisit it, kind of calm down, think about it. That's one thing. But if the silent treatment is punishment, and I think it becomes punishment if one or the other, because sometimes guys do the silent treatment thing too. Mm-hmm. They don't do as much as women, they do it. If your partner doesn't know that, then how am I going to take it? If I don't know that this is you getting calm, getting yourself together, and we going to talk about it at some point, then I'm going to respect that. Mm-hmm. But if I don't know it, I'm thinking it's punishment. Like so I'm going to take, if I think it's punishment, I'm going to take it a whole lot different than if I just know that's just how the dynamics of our relationship is. But in a lot of cases, more women than not use silent treatment as punishment, not as go to your separate corners and cool down. I guess that's what I'm saying. It's like it's a that's why I say it's a weapon almost as powerful as withholding sex. Because a lot of people say
she don't want to get out because she thinks she'll miss something.
Last one, Lisa, we jumping off after this. So you just kind of, we go where the conversation leads, so we try to learn and grow.
Hey, this is a good conversation, Lisa. Don't do that.
No, Les, I didn't black screen y'all because what Doc was saying. I actually gave my baby a hug and a kiss and told her good night. So,
Oh, look, he's trying to come over here. Look.
Well, I'm trying to tell you what hell I ain't have to see. Here we go.
He's trying to say, don't go to bed mad. This is what you supposed to do.
No. I'm talking about my daughter. She was going to bed, so I gave her a hug and a kiss and told her good night. That's why I black screened it.
My bad. I thought you was dropping gems to us. Don't go to bed mad. Give a kiss and good night.
Well, we ain't mad. That's the thing. Like, we ain't mad. And if we was mad, I ain't mad. So
you done been, and all of us we grown, so everybody's been in a few relationships. And so hopefully you learn that, each relationship you're in. So the current version of you is not the former version of you. You're supposed to improve as you get older. You're supposed to learn and not do the same thing. So, you're at a point now where you say that you don't want to go to bed mad. But you had to learn that because I'm sure, in the past, there have been times where you went to bed mad. Right. So you had to come to a place where you're saying, I'm not doing it now because I've done it in the past and I know how it affected the relationship in a negative way. I'm assuming that's why you to that point now.
Right.
Yeah. So all of us have to learn it. But I guess my thing is it's hard for male and female for me to learn if I don't know. And then, what women say sometimes, a lot of times is you should know. And I'm just saying, guys, a lot of guys just not that deep. So they don't know. Okay. So how am I supposed to know that number 5 is a landmine when we've never had that conversation? You never said Well, in my past relationship, you know, he did this or she did this, and that just really just set me up. And I'm thinking, okay, well, I need to make sure I don't do that. But I know not to do 1, 2, and 3 because we've either discussed that or it's happened. But 5 ain't happened to us. So when it do happen and you blow up, well, dang, I thought I knew everything that set off. So I think I'm staying away from that. Where that come from? I ain't know. And then you and them mad. And so, like I said, okay, you mad, then I'm gonna be up. I might as well eat. But I know next time I won't do it again once it happened. But that first time, if you don't let me know that's a landmine for you, I don't know many guys that's gonna know something gonna set their woman off and do it anyway. So now there's some petty guys that do it because they know it. But most guys, if they know that's a trigger for you, they're gonna stay away from it.
Right.
If they in a relationship and they care about you, you know, they're not gonna do something intentionally hurt you. But I don't know. It just seems that a lot of times women expect us to know.
Please read Nisa comment.
They show once I went to bed while I dropped the ball, so I said, get my sleep. Oh, God, police died. I went to jail. I stayed for 3 days. Really. That, but how was he supposed to know though? Like, I don't even know who dude is, but how was dude supposed to know? Like, how? Yeah, I mean, how? And it's some real, like, and that's the thing. It's some real clowns out there, Nisa. I'm sorry that clown had you locked up, you know, for the years. So I'm not making excuses for all guys. There's some clowns out there, but for the guys that's trying to do it right, you know what I'm saying? We're not speaking for the clown. The clown need to go to the surface.
It ain't funny, but I'm just reading it. And it's like, I can imagine her saying it like, you don't drop the man off and you come back now, you going to jail.
You talking, and then Corey talking about, I'm sorry you got locked up.
He talking about, you had flashbacks.
Hey man, I'm just sometimes, you know, that real trigger stuff, man.
Right.
I know it's tough.
You need to get off.
It's tough. It's tough. Hey. So I guess the real question is, Nisa, did y'all make up once y'all went to y'all corners? Okay,
or in other words,
after you came from jail.
Right.
That was her corner though.
That was her corner.
It was corner of a cell, but it was her corner.
Yeah. Right. Her new black is orange.
Oh man, I'm sorry, man. So whoever hey, I'm still looking for that. Hey, that clown. Hey, bro, if you watching, if somebody tell you about it, you see it tomorrow, man. Nisha looking for you, bro. She got
for real. She got an APB alert out on him, boy.
I'm looking for you, man. I'm black, you know, them black on black. Oh, man. God. Keep your head on the swivel.
Hell no, I'm still looking for that.
Hey, keep your head on the swivel. Pastor, pray for her, Pastor. She the devil busy. He busy. Oh man. But you know that's what growth is though, Nisa. I mean, being on a serious, I'm sorry that happened to you, just being serious. We just for a little bit. But I mean, you know you're grown. Look at Leslie, she's still there. The fact that you can talk about it and you know laugh about it. I know you weren't laughing when it was happening. You probably laughed for a long time after it happened. But
she wanted to fight him. Real deal, wanted to fight him.
Woman of God been delivered.
Hey, right. But you got to be careful though, because like Pastor say, the devil busy. He'll mess around and you be at the light tomorrow and pull up on the side of you. But I just talked about that nigga last, you know. So just be careful when you done grow. He'll try to come back and see where you at with it. I know I ain't preaching, Pastor. That's your job. But
look what the pastor said. Look what he said.
That's what I'm laughing at. Hey. Devil business, so is the police.
Police and them people undefeated, man. Them people undefeated.
Right. Oh man. My God.
That was funny.
Yeah. So well, hopefully
but you know what though, like this is why a lot of Black relationships or even Black marriages don't last because we fail to talk, we fail to listen, and we fail to listen without anger. Like we can, like I'm to the point now, like you can tell me the flaws or the faults or the things that pissed you off. My comeback is gonna be like Doc said earlier, like how I supposed to know when you didn't never share this stuff with me? And that's the thing, like we only go by what we know. So if it's a trigger point that I've hit, don't crucify me because I hit a trigger point that I didn't know. Like let's have this talk. You know what I'm saying? Like again, communication, and let's you even said it. If we can't communicate, then why are we even here? Like we got to be able to communicate. But it's so sad because a lot of black communities in our black communities, a lot of relationships and marriages fail because finances and communication. Them the top two. And they can't, and we can't even do that. We can't talk. So and I said that earlier, Pastor, like I can't read your mind. If I was a mind reader, boy, look at here. I tell you, if I was a mind reader, but you got to share those things with your significant other. And I mean, I've grown to the fact tonight, it's like, you know, I'll let you know what ticked me off. What's gonna piss me off, I'm gonna let you know. And if I do something to you and you ain't let me know, you can't fault me for it. Yeah. Now, if I know, like Doc say, if I'm just petty and I know what pisses you off and I go and hit them trigger points, then that means I don't care. I ain't gonna say I don't care. I just know what makes you mad, and I'm gonna do that. But why would I want to make you mad?
So, but are we expected to address those triggers? Like not would they? Are we supposed to address them like right then and there? Like, what if we don't? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I think that comes with getting to know each other too, though. I mean, like okay. if you start not meeting someone and y'all having that talk, and and honestly, Shamae, it doesn't have to be right up front because you might miss that topic of the conversation, and so as you get to know each other, those things will come out. You know, like I'm gonna be honest with you. The first, and this is just me. I think the first 3 months are very critical in a relationship because you got 3 months to learn that person. Real relationship, I say 3 months. If it ain't happening within them 3 months and you don't know within the 3 months, then I mean that's just me. Some people may say longer, some people may say 6, some people may say a year. But if I don't know what pisses you off within those 3 months, I ain't trying to learn you. And I can't say I can't know you can't learn a person in 3 months, but you can know enough to know whether or not you're going to be with that person after those 3 months. Right. And it might not come up within that right there that night. So you mean tell me that first night, all that stuff gonna come out that first night? It ain't gonna come out.
No. Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna come out. So you gotta learn that person.
Right. A woman gotta be to a point where she feel comfortable to kind of let you know that those, and most women that ain't gonna happen early. You gonna have to kind of whether it's fair or not, you're gonna have to kind of prove yourself because there's something happened for those to become landmines for her. Right. And so she has to, just obviously, just naturally, if it happened to you, it hurts you, it upsets you, it angers you, you're going to protect yourself from that happening again. Nobody wants to continue to feel that way. And so you have to prove that, okay, you got this access for me to share that. That's a landmine. Like you say, 90 days, it might be, and that's my whole thing. In 90 days, I might know 3 of them, but you don't feel like you haven't showed me the other 2. You hadn't showed me 4 and 5. And so then I step on 5 because I ain't got no way of knowing. And obviously the natural reaction is, okay, it's a landmine for you. But at what point are you going to let me know, hey, I got pissed off. This why this was an issue for me. So I just want you to understand that. And then I be like, oh, okay, my bad, and then I once again, now that's not over here no more. It's over here with the stuff I know about. So, but I get it. It's a double-edged sword because you don't want to let people in because there's a reason why it's a landmine. So you got to show that you have been able to get that access to them. So I guess it kind of goes both ways.
So if Shemay, I just read what she just said. So if she lashes out, so let's say, okay, give me that. So that means if you lash out, that's some past hurt.
And to my point, Shemay, if you lash out on Monday, and then you pissed off and mad, you give it silent treatment, and then on Wednesday you say, hey, this was an issue for me, such and such and such, and this is why I spazzed out, then now I know.
Correct.
And so if I do it again, then I'm intentionally doing it because I know it's an issue for you. So if you come back and you tell me a day or two later, this is why you lashed out, then it's on me if I'm trying to make this work to make sure I put this in the toolkit that, okay, I know that Shemay, if I do that, she gonna lose it. So I ain't gonna do that because I don't want her to lose it because this my girl, this my lady, this what I'm trying to be with. So I'm not gonna do anything once I know. But if I don't know it, I'm not gonna intentionally set off one of your landmines if I know it's one of your landmines. So yeah. Because we all got a past, Pastor. We ain't all been on, like you say sometimes, we ain't all been on the front row of the pew. So all of us we've had stuff happen to get us to this point. 3 months is enough to see if a person is worth it or not. Y'all agree with that?
I mean, 3 months is good to know whether or not you want to continue on that relationship. Now you're not going to know everything, but you're going to know enough. You're going to know enough to say that, hey, I really like her. And we've been kicking in and, some things that, I learned. And sometimes you can learn stuff about yourself by learning somebody else. And if the 3 months is worth the time and you learn it and it's all good, then I think that's enough to keep going. That's why I say in 3 months, you can know whether or not you want to be with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree, Shemay. If you communicate to me, if you allow me into your safe space, then it's on me if I'm trying to be with you like that. That I'm going. It becomes my obligation to make it better for you. It becomes my obligation to make sure that to help you lessen that trigger. Okay, it was a trigger with this guy and this guy and this clown, this buster, whatever. This ninja, as Nisha said. But now that I know. If I'm trying to be with you, if I'm your dude, if I'm your man, and we trying to really do something, it's my job to make it better. So it was a trigger for you in the past, but it's not going to be a trigger for you with me because I'm going to make sure that I'm going to see about you to the point where that you don't have to worry about that. So I guess, once that guy, he knows if it's worth it, he'll make sure, and coach, if I'm off on you, let me know, he'll make sure that that's less of a trigger. First of all, he's not going to set it off.
Right.
You're not going to even have to worry about it because he is going to be your safe space. So you don't have to worry about being exposed to that because he's not going to do it if he's feeling you like that and because he care about you. He don't want to see you in that light. Most guys, if they rocking with you like that, that landmine won't have to go off in one time because once it go off, they gonna make sure it don't happen again because they care about you. They're not gonna intentionally do something to hurt you. So I might slip one time, but once we come back, we talk, hey, what happened? Why you just lost it? Like what happened? And I ain't trying to be that no more with you. And most women will be like, okay, this okay. No, you ain't gotta worry about that no more. You ain't gotta worry about that like me ever coming at you like that again, or me doing it, because now I know.
Right. So this statement that she just said, that was part of the last segment that we had about helping somebody work on them because they got potential. Remember we talked about that. I think it was the last time that Lex was on here. Not last week, but the week before last, and we talked about that. And you said something earlier about like if if he stepped on a landmine and that was for the first time, we know not to step on it again. And that goes back to me saying, me being her peace and I'm being her rock. Now, if that's like a person going and commit a sin. If I commit that sin one time and I go and ask for God, I ask God for, forgiveness and I repent, then that means when I repent, I'm not going to go back to that, that sin again. But if I keep going back and doing the same thing over and over and over, that's insanity. I'm crazy now. So if I continue to hit that trigger, if I continue to step on 5 numerous of time, after you already done shared with me that first time and I continue to step on it, that means I don't care nothing about 1, 2, 3, and I don't even know what 4 is, but I don't care about 4 either. So now it's like, I don't even care how you feel. So it can go back to what am I here for? So if, like you say, if I'm rocking with you, I'm gonna make sure I don't hit that trigger point again to piss you off or to even make this argument come about. Because in the relationships, things gonna happen too. We're gonna have some ups and some downs, and it might not even be because I didn't hit a trigger point. It could be just a disagreement or whatever. But it's not gonna be. I can guarantee that my relationship ain't gonna come to an argument because I know what pisses you off, and I just intentionally do that because I know, because you let me know. But if you don't let him know, he does it. Now you go off at the roof at the top handle and blow a gasket. But what's gonna happen when you don't share the issue? Y'all just getting the whole argument, but you ain't tell this man why he made you mad. You just told him because you did this. You ain't say why this is what makes me mad or this is what pisses me off, because now he done did it and you don't went off at the handle, but you failed to let him know so he don't do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to answer your question, Shema, that's a good point, Coach. Do I believe you come healed? No, I don't believe you come healed. I think everybody has a past. Everybody's working through something, whether they admit to it or not. Everybody's dealing with something. So do I mind working with and healing my woman? No, I don't, because in a lot of cases, she going to have to help heal me too, because I got stuff that I'm still working through. And if you're being honest, all of us got stuff we working through. So I don't believe in you coming healed, because I don't know if there's anybody that is totally healed from past, present, from some stuff they don't even realize that that's an issue or a trigger. Sometimes men and women go off and it's a trigger. You don't even realize yourself it's a trigger because you haven't healed from what caused it in the first place. So to answer the question, no, I don't believe in the come here, because I think all of us got stuff that we dealing with, and so I don't mind working to heal the woman I'm with, because like I say, I'm working. All of us are work in progress. If we being honest with ourselves, all of us are work in progress. We all healing from something.
Right.
Right. And that's the thing. And a lot of times if you're in a relationship, you're in a mature relationship, sometimes, like you said, Coach, everything gonna always be perfect. But the respect and the communication and the understanding that if my wife or my girl or my lady, whatever, if she goes away or she goes to do some time, that's not a negative. That's her way of dealing with it before she can come and come to me with it, so we can get to a point where we can address it maturely and move on for the betterment of the relationship. So sometimes you need that space. And if we, like you said, we're rocking environment, I realize that. So when she goes to shut down, do that self-check, I don't take it as punishment. I guess is what I'm saying. So her silent treatment ain't punishment at that point. It's her process. That's how she deals with it. And then then she gonna get steak and eggs. Because I know that's her thing. That's her thing. But if I don't know that, then she getting Captain Crunch berries. Anyway, we about to tap out, Nisa. It just kind of went, we just didn't want it was still a good conversation. But
Gosh, Nisa.
I know I'm reading the room, Nisa, but the one that you can help you heal now. If you can get somebody, male or female, that can help you heal, and not beat you over the head with your past, then you got somebody. Because like you said, when it's all good, it's great. But then some people, we don't always play fair, don't fight fair. That's a sign of maturity too. If you're gonna throw me over the head with what I felt was a safe space to talk to you about, then did you really, how much did you really care about me? I think one of y'all said that earlier. If you're gonna hit me over the head with the stuff that I let my walls down, my guard down to allow you into this space because I trusted you with it, and then you're gonna turn around and hit me over the head with the same thing I trusted you with. That's a different kind of hurt,
Right.
Everybody don't get that access to me. I gave you that access because I felt you was different, and you turned out to be just like everybody else. And so once again, the walls go up again, and now we can't let nobody in. It's gotta have a sledgehammer and one of them wrecking ball things to get through, because that's what I'm at with it, Yeah. So, but anyway, as we end, and that's real, nieces. A lot of people need therapy, but Black folks, we don't admit to that because we feel like we got it all figured out. So. So anyway, man, we appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. Had a good, they was on you tonight, Lex. They was active tonight. So I was trying to keep the conversation going and not go there, but they, But anyway, we appreciate y'all, man. This was a real good one tonight, man. So
it was.
Thank y'all for tapping in as we continue to learn and grow together, man. Coach and Lex, I know y'all about ready to go back and Impact Live starting. Y'all summer is officially coming to an end. I know it's been great.
Yeah.
It is time to get
tomorrow.
So it's over. It's officially over.
Yeah.
So
get up in the morning, gotta be there.
Hey, we're wishing y'all the best, man, and a successful 2023, 24 school years. Y'all continue to impact the babies, man. They need you. Y'all great role models, and so we appreciate everything that y'all doing on a serious note.
Thank you.
So thank y'all again, man. So appreciate y'all with these conversations. Once again, we trying to be mature. We trying to have conversations. At the end of the day, we just trying to learn and grow from each other because none of us are perfect. We all got room to grow, and each week he always come through, Pastor. He always come through. Bishop always give us a good word. So appreciate y'all, man. Until next week. We out, man. Y'all be safe.